I got my son outside. Son, why she got you out here?
Mommy, man, I gotta come and live with you now.
Man, what? Come on. Knock on the door. I got it. Never mind. I got it.
What?
Bro, why you got my son outside? Go in there, son. Go in there. What you got him outside for?
What you mean? Why you got me on camera?
What you mean why I got you on camera? Why you doing goofy stuff? Why you got your son outside? Why do you got your son outside?
What's goofy about?
Why do you got your son outside?
What's goofy?
Why you got your son outside? What do you got your son outside for?
Don't put him on camera.
We got you on camera. How long you been out there?
And
how long you been outside?
anyhow, where is my money?
How long you been outside?
Where's them child support checks? I ain't received nothing. It's almost been a whole month. So where is it? Where is it?
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Oh, got everything to do with you. Because
I take care of my son. When he come over there on the weekends, he taken care of.
It doesn't matter.
When he needs something to eat, he taken care of.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I haven't received nothing, and you asked for this child.
So call the state. Take that up with the state. Why you trying to take that up with me?
And I told you I'll give it to you as long as you take care of him. You ain't been taking care of him, so guess what? You can have your son.
That's cool. I'll take my son. There's no problem with that. But you acting like you ain't his mama no more or something.
Oh no, I love my baby, but you need to
do your job. But you just put your baby out for child support money.
Yep, I sure did.
All right, this is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 3. And it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones. The daughters of my people is become cruel, like the ostriches in the wilderness. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. Shalom to you brothers out there that are laboring, enduring the elements, making your body a living sacrifice, trying to seal the elect, making your call and election assured, seeking out your own salvation, as well as you sisters that are learning, listening, applying, being obedient to your husbands. Shalom, shalom. Again, it's the brother Zachariah coming back to you with another lesson, all right, on this Monday night. And Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson unto you. So again, Lamentations 4 and 3. And it says, even the sea monsters draw out the breasts. They give suck to their young ones. All right. The daughters of my people is become cruel like the ostriches in the wilderness. Absolutely. So as you seen the video clip, which it was kind of like disturbing to me, man. You know, the fact that this woman will throw a child out all because, you know, you ain't receiving, you know, some child support. You know, if rather it run out, or you're not receiving payments, or, you know, all these things. It's like you're more concerned with the money than the child. When the child is more precious and more valuable than this money, you know. That's why the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil, man. Okay? Money ain't really wicked, man. It's the love for it, the lust for it, okay? It makes people do crazy things, man. Okay, people will literally kill you, man, for some money, man. You know, and that's crazy, man. All right, so I wanted to pull up this word cruel, because, you know, it's talking about the ostriches, which I'm very fascinated with animals. If most people know me, I'll post clips of animals just munching on food and all that. I love animals, man. I love the creations of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And you know, I'm very intrigued. You know, and I think I get that from my grandma, you know, on my mom's side, my mom's mother. You know, she, even when she was on her deathbed, man, she was, you know, battling breast cancer, man. And she just looked up, and I remember this memory. We went to go see her. She was in hospice, and we went to see her, and she was watching Discovery Channel, man, or Animal Planet. And they had the dung beetle on there. And if y'all know anything about the dung beetle, you know, they be pushing that big ball of shit, man. And you know, they be pushing that shit around. But she woke up and looked at it, and she was, and despite, you know, being battling that cancer, and she's pretty much, you know, on her way out, man. And she looked up and seen that, man, and just smiled and was fascinated with the animals, man. You know, so it was just something, and I carry that too. You know, I love the animals. Now, I never really looked too much deep into like the ostriches, so I had to kind of like look a little bit about them before doing this lesson, because, you know, looking at the scripture, which that's a heavy precept. All right, Yahweh Hashem Shai is he's known throughout the holy scriptures to compare us to certain animals. All right. whether it be the ox, the ass, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, a sloth, all right, or, you know, he might say consider the ways of the ant, you know, different type of animals, man. Okay, lions, tigers, and bears, you know, all that stuff, man. You know, there's you hear about certain animals, serpents, all right, but not tigers. I don't think that you don't mention tigers in there, but you know, lions. You hear bears, eagle. You know, referring to Esau. You know, he always you see about different animals being brought out. You know, that's one of the things about Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Okay, some of these characteristics of these animals, and then you know he compared it to Israel or some of these other different nations. All right. But he pulled that word cruel, you know, in the scriptures, seeing that how our women maneuver. All right. And also, before I get to that, breaking this down, the ostrich, you know, which I looked it up, you know, the ostrich, she'll lay the eggs and then she's known to like wander off. All right. But the father steps in and he's raising the children while she's gone. Now, I think she eventually she returns. But it's the fact, like you leaving your children just, you know, out there like that, you know, and they could be vulnerable, you know, to attacks from other predators and things like that. All right. So that's not a good thing. All right. The scriptures tell you, you know, about you, you know, not being there for your children, you know, just leaving them. All right. But I got the word cruel, and it says willfully causing pain or suffering to others or feeling no concern about it. You see that? And then you got similar words, which is a lot. I'm gonna read most of them. All right. It says brutal, savage, inhuman, barbaric, brutish, bloodthirsty, murderous, homicidal, cutthroat, vicious, ferocious, fierce, wicked, evil. Look at that. Fiendish, devilish, diabolical. You hear that word a lot. People be using that. A lot of these young folk talking about diabolical. You know, heinous, look, abominable, damn, monstrous, atrocious, vile, hideous. All right, nasty, spiteful, mean, callous, sadistic, ruthless, merciless, unmerciful, pitiless, unsparing, unrelenting, remorseless, uncaring, unsympathetic. Hey, you got people in the truth that be like that sometimes. You know, someone telling you their situation and you ain't showing no type of empathy or sympathy. All right, no compassion. But we know Yahweh Shai showed compassion. All right. Yes, he's an austere man, but he showed compassion, and a lot of people lack that. I always bring that out, man, because I think, you know, some people need to start looking in the mirror. You know, if you was in a situation, you would want some sympathy or empathy or compassion shown to you, you know, but a lot of people don't think about that, you know. All right. So again, unsympathetic, uncharitable, heartless, look, stony-hearted, hard-hearted, cold-hearted, cold-blooded, bloodless, unfeeling, unemotional, okay, unkind, damn, inhumane, severe, harsh, stern. See that? Flinty, draconian. All right. And it just goes on and on. You see all these words, man. All right. Cruel. Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy. All right. Chapter 28 and verse 54. And it says, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil towards his brother and towards the wife of his bosom. Okay. And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave. All right. So you see that? Okay. And then I want to jump to 56. All right. So just give me a second as it loads up. All right, here we go. And this is verse 56. All right, jumping down. All right. And it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards, you know, and that word was out there. OK, towards the evil towards the husband of her bosom. All right. And towards her son and toward her daughter. OK. And so you see this a lot with a lot of these women, okay? And these are we talking about, you know, the wicked of our people, okay? Not you women that are in the faith, you know, that are coming back, you know, serving Yahweh Shem Yahushua in truth and sincerity, okay? But talking about, you know, the wicked, the 2/3 of our people, all right? that won't hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, and they're out here just being toxic. You know, some of us may have grew up with maybe a toxic mother, toxic father, all right? And it's just crazy, man, all right? So again, it says, the tender and delicate woman among you, which would not venture to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness, her eye shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom, all right, and towards her son and towards her daughter. And then you see it in that clip, all right, and we see it time in and time, you know, again, man, you know, and many of us probably have even dealt with a parent like that, man, all right. But one of the things about providing, all right, let me click this, all right. One of the things about providing is, you know, you're supposed to provide for your children, all right? You shouldn't make no excuses about it or act like, oh, it's a privilege or this and that. No, that's your job. That's what, you know, and you ain't got to boast and brag about it. You just do it, you know, because that's part of it, all right? You know, and if you're not holding it up, because it's not just the man, you know, the woman you need to be providing too. Okay, you have a role to play in this thing. You're supposed to be nourishing that child, man. So throwing that child out like it's some garbage or something out in the streets, all over some child support, you know, that says a lot about you. Okay, I don't even want to call you a woman. You're not a woman, man. You're a little girl in a grown woman body. All right, this is 1 Timothy 5:8, and it says, But if any provide not for his own, okay, in this case, her own, all right, and especially for those of his or her own household, all right, this person, all right, have denied the faith and is worse than an infidel, okay? So basically, if you're not providing, all right, for your child, you're worse than an infidel, okay? So I wanted to pull up the word infidel and hear this simple Google search, all right? It says an infidel is a person who does not believe, all right, in religion or a specific theory or belief, okay? And basically, it's just you're an unbeliever, pretty much, all right? You know, I guess in some terms, you know, you hear the word atheist, all right? You just don't believe, all right? You're an unbeliever, all right? And so, you know, it's basically saying you're worse than an unbeliever, which we know this is the somebody who don't believe, okay, which another word for that is also an unfaithful person, okay? This is 2 Ezra 15:4, and this is the repercussions of that. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, okay? So you being that type of way, you're on your way to death, man. You know, on that path of death, man, instead of life, okay? So you got that. And while we're talking about death, I got this article here, all right, that I stumbled across, all right, earlier. And I was like, wow, this is crazy, all right. And it says, woman killed son after she sat on him for acting bad, reports say. And hey, you know, we're supposed to discipline our children. You know, when your children go off or they do something, hey, you know, there's nothing wrong with disciplining them. Now, you can go a bit extreme. So, you know, anything that you could have done, you decided to just sit on your child. All right. And she looked like she's a heavy set woman. You know what I'm saying? So this child could have been very little. And you sat on him to the point that you killed him. That's crazy. And it says a woman in Indiana was sentenced in the death of her 10-year-old foster son. Okay, so this is in Indiana. All right, and then it's a foster son at that. Somebody that was put in your hands, you know, to raise him up, and you did this. That's crazy work, man. Valparaiso, Indiana, okay? It says a woman in Indiana was sentenced in the death of her 10-year-old foster son. On Friday, 48-year-old Jennifer Lee Wilson was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Wow, only 6 years, though? Okay, with 1 year suspended to be served on probation in connection to death of Dakota Stevens in April 2024. Wilson previously pleaded guilty to the charge of reckless homicide in October 2024. All right, it says in April, officers were called to the residence for a 10-year-old who was not breathing and who turned out to have no pulse. CBS News report. All right, it says an officer found that the boy had bruising on his lower neck and chest. Police tried to resuscitate the boy, but he was taken to the hospital where he later died. On the scene, Wilson told the police that Dakota was her son, and he had just run away from the house. Witnesses say Stevens reportedly ran to a neighbor's house and asked them to adopt him. Damn, it must have been bad there, you know. And she only got 6 years. That's crazy work. But see, these Edomites are gonna get that real judgment when Yahweh Shem Yahushua step in. All right, and it says after the police noted bruising on Stevens' neck and chest at the scene of the crime, Wilson admitted to lying on top of the boy for 5 minutes for acting bad. She probably did more than just that. All right, Dakota stood 4 feet 10 inches tall and weighed 90 pounds. All right, while Wilson stood 4 feet 11. All right, and 340 pounds. See, that's a big woman, man. NBC Chicago reported the cause of death for Dakota was determined to be mechanical asphyxia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In the manner a homicide that I don't even know that word said. All right, but whatever. That's crazy work, man. All right, like I said, it's, you know, there's nothing wrong with disciplining your child, but that right there was a little too extreme. All right, this is Proverbs 13:24. It says, he that spareth his rod hateth his son, but he that loveth him chasteneth him betimes. Okay, so yeah, you know, you being disciplining your child, that's a righteous thing. But like I said, this right here, what she did, was way out of order. All right. And the question is, where the man at in this, you know? So I don't know if it's just her just adopting, you know. Sometimes I guess some of these single women can just adopt children and stuff, but I'm thinking, like, where the man at in this thing, you know? Which that could also be another factor in this situation. But this is the book of Sirach, chapter 25 and verse 24. It says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. So you see that? Okay. And here it is, this child lost their life under this woman, okay? And this was not even her blood child, you know, adopted, okay? And here it is, they come to her and thinking that everything, you know, you know, your life is trusted in this woman's hands and you lost your life, you know, talking about because the child was acting up, all right? But sitting on a child is crazy work, all right? So again, it says, of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die, okay? This is what a true woman should be like, okay? This is the book of Titus, chapter 2, starting at verse 3. It says, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, okay? Not false accusers, not given to too much wine, teachers of good things. You're supposed to be teaching the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Now, clearly, that woman is probably more than likely a heathen, okay? So they don't know the ways, okay? And she don't know nothing about truly disciplining a child, okay? Sitting on a child is crazy work, man. All right. Verse 4, it says that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, okay? See that? To love their children, okay? Not sit on them, all right? But yeah, you can discipline them though, you know? And an unruly child, you know, now we know we're under Esau. You can't go the route that I'm about to mention, but back then, if it was an unruly child and both parents was disciplining them and nothing, you know, changed the problem, the issue, then they would take them to the elders, you know, of that, I guess that town or whatever at that time, and hey, that child would end up being stoned to death. You know, that's back when stoning was a thing, man. But you know, you can't stone no child in this man's society. They let children just run loose. That's why a lot of these children have become monsters. All right. You know, it's getting bad with these kids. You know, a lot of them, they don't have a work ethic and all that, which I want to get into that in a separate lesson. But they've been talking about some of these jobs are letting go of these, what they call Gen Z. They don't want any of them. You know, they're saying that they don't have a work ethic. They don't know, poor communication skills, lazy. You know, they're always coming to work late and stuff, you know. But anyways, back to this, okay. Verse 5, it says to be discreet, chaste, okay, keepers at home, okay, good, obedient to their own husbands, all right. That's something that I always mention in my intro, all right, that the word of Yahweh be not blasphemed. So you see that? Okay, that's the type of woman, you know, that you want, all right. But see, these women out here, they're not doing all that. And then they want to put it all on the school to try to teach your children. You know, it starts at home, all right. You need to, and that's why my hat goes off to my brother, because he deals with his child. He's hands-on. He, when his son comes home from school, okay, he's involved in what he's learning, what he brings home, everything. Okay, this is the type of way you should be, instead of just leaving it up to the schools, because these schools will fool around and never know. They be having your child up in there playing dress up, the boys dressing up like girls and vice versa. All right. But this is Education Week, and it says reading scores fall to new low, all right, on NAEP, fueled by declines for struggling students. It says math scores slightly up in grade 4, stagnant in grade 8. Okay. That's stagnant, meaning it's like pretty much just stuck. All right. Not moving. All right. And it says U.S. students' reading scores have plunged further, all right, on the test known as the nation's report card, while math scores have stagnated for 8th graders and ticked up slightly only for 4th graders, demonstrating that the nation's children are still struggling to rebound from devastating academic losses supercharged by the pandemic. Okay, they said pandemic messed up a lot of these children too, man. They just, they all jacked up. Some of them took the what, okay, ain't gonna get into that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, and it says reading scores on the 2024 National Assessment of Educational Progress fell 2 points on average, all right, for both 4th and 8th graders, sustaining a steady decline, all right, in the subject that predates the C19 era disruptions. Okay, the drop from the historic low scores of 2022 come despite under unprecedented infusion of federal funding that flowed into schools, fueling to tutoring and other interventions aimed at addressing learning loss. All right, man. Hey, these kids, man, they're not learning, man. All right. This is the book of Job, chapter 39, and starting at verse 13, and it says, "Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich?" Okay, back on that ostrich again. Okay, which leaveth her eggs in the earth. You see that? And warmeth them in the dust. Okay, verse 15, it says, "And forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them." You see that? And that, ended up leaving them unattended. Okay. All right. Verse 16 says, "She is hardened against her young ones, all right, as though they were not hers." See that? Her labor is in vain without fear. Okay. Verse 17, "Because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding." And we know that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay. And some of these women out here, and I'm not talking about y'all in this truth, but those that are out here, they lack that wisdom, that understanding. Okay. And that's why it's good, if you choose a partner, as for you men, you want to be careful about who you choose, to wife. Okay. But at the same time, hey, you women, man, you got to do better. Okay. If you got eyes to see, ears to hear, you need to hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which, a woman needs a man of the Lord. Okay. Absolutely. This thing is not meant to just be, solo dolo. You have to have a man of the Lord. All right. Now, we know you can't just get with anybody, but you want a righteous man. Okay. All right. So it again says, "Because Yahweh have deprived her of wisdom, neither have he imparted to her understanding." So if you under that vibration, like you see the article I read in the video clip, you know what I'm saying, then you're pretty much adverse to the ways of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, making you an enemy of the throne. All right. So with that, okay, this is the book of Micah, chapter 7 and verse 10. And it says, "Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, Where is the Lord thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street." So that will be the judgment for a wicked woman. All right. A woman that's mistreating her children. Okay. All right. Especially if these children tend to be some that might hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Their spirit might believe on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Okay. The Bible is heavy about that. That's an offense. You offend the little ones that believe on him. All right. You know, you not taking care of your children. Like I said, that's worse than an infidel, an unbeliever. Okay. Which we know, like I read, man, the unfaithful will die in their unfaithfulness, man. All right. So you need to repent. You need to do better. All right. You know, be obedient to your husbands. All right. And be, you know, a better example. Okay. Raising your children up right. Okay. Training them up. Okay. In Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, in the ways of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So with that, Lord willing, you have found this lesson here edifying. I want to give all honor, all glory, and all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders of the nation of Israel. And shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Until the next one, shalom.